door's open, but not normally open. That's the original entrance.
Oh, right. But we're not going through that way.
No. You go in later, there's a dragon painted on the wall facing over. That's the original entrance.
Did you get that, Joseph? That's the original entrance.
Yes,
to the
this is
club.
the original entrance.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the club.
Do you know anything at all about the house?
Just know it belonged to Pete's mother, Mona.
Right.
She turned it into the Casbah Coffee Club.
I'll give you a brief background
Go on
on
then.
how it came about. This is Mona Bess, obviously our mother. We used to call her Mo in those days. Photograph of her out in India as a young girl. Again in India as a young woman. Again in India as a young woman. With my father. That's my father, John. He used to run the boxing at the Liverpool Stadium. You probably wouldn't know it. It was a big sporting arena that hosted boxing and wrestling, and they used it for pop concerts as well. And he used to MC the fights himself, as you can see by those photos. And during the war he was stationed out in India, training the commandos, and there he met Mona, who was trained to be a doctor. They fell in love, they got married. Pete was the result. A young Pete there. Look. An even younger Pete there, with a young me.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, the little chubby me. I don't know who that fella is. Anyway, we got the last troop ship out of India, and after living in various houses, we ended up in this little semi-detached house here, which is about a mile away from here. And that was okay for us, it was fine. There was only Mo, John, Pete and myself. And then Mo's parents came to live with us, and the house got a bit crowded. So Mo started looking for a bigger house, and she looked at various properties, and either they were sort of out of her price range or unsuitable, or my father didn't like them, one of those three things. And I just started school at the end of the road here, a place called Marlborough College. It was a big old rambling school. It took up half the road, and that's gone as well. They've redeveloped it. But one day I was just coming back from school and I saw the for sale sign go up on this house. And I thought, wow, that's a nice house. Because houses in those days just didn't go for sale in this road. They were handed down from generation to generation. So I went back and told Mo about it, and she came right back with me. And the minute she saw the house, she said, that's it, that's my house. I love it, I've got to have it. So she started talks with the Conservative Association. It was their headquarters in those days. And she eventually bought the house. But when it actually came to paying for it, there was a little bit of a problem. She had no money. Just a small problem. So what she did, she pawned all her jewellery, and she had a lot of jewellery. And the money she got off the pawn, she put on a racehorse, on the nose to win. And that's the name of the horse.
Ah,
Never Say Die.
never say die.
Ridden by an unknown jockey called Lester Piggott. Who probably became England's most famous jockey. But anyway, the horse romped in at 33-1, an outsider. Lester Piggott won his first ever derby, and Mo won enough money to buy this house outright. And that's exactly what she did do. So we moved in, and we were watching television one night. There was a rock programme on, either 6-5 Special or Jukebox Jury, one of those two. And it was featuring the Two Eyes Coffee Bar in London. And at the end of the show, Mo just jumped up out of her chair and said, that's it, I know exactly what I'm going to do now. With those sellers, I'm going to turn them into a coffee bar for the kids. And everybody looked at her, she was mad. And my father said, over my dead body you are. Well, I won't tell you what she said to him, but the next day we were down here cleaning the sellers out, and work had commenced. And work carried on for about 4 months or so, and then the Beatles turned up on the scene. Of course they weren't the Beatles in those days, it was just John, George and Paul. And they had a look at what we were doing in the club and saw Mo's plans for the club, and they said, Mo, we think it's great, we love it, in fact we're going to give you a hand to decorate. So Mo said fine. So she gave them each a job to do, and if you want to come through, this was John Lennon's job. He painted this ceiling, he made a